Alright, Shalom. This is Brother Mayam coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Radash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. Alright, Shalom to the Akwathim, the sisters who might be learning in quietness and meekness as well. Alright, so I want to do a video real quick, going a little bit into, this economic collapse that's getting ready to come, here to the shores of America, as well as the rest of the world, because America is one of the most influential economies in the, on the planet. Salakia. But just to go into a few things, because this is what we're getting ready to come into. This is one of the next steps that the elites are getting ready to bring about, which is this economic collapse, and we're just on a precipice of it happening. Okay, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be like a day like none other. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of things that people never thought could happening. Okay, as far as the economy goes. Okay, because right now you got debt. The U.S. economy is at its worst that it's ever been in U.S. history. Okay, you got student loan debts at an all-time high. You got you got loans at an all-time high. People with loan debt. Okay, and the U.S. debt is at all-time high. Okay, and what's getting ready to come is one of the greatest bubbles ever. Okay, because you have the Federal Reserve. They're loaning money out to the banks at damn near, I think it was 1.75%, which is the lowest it's ever been. Okay, these banks are just handing loans out to everybody who wants a loan. All right. And when you go back to the crisis that happened, the financial crisis that happened in the, 2008, 2009, 2010, that time, what happened was, for those of you that don't know, the financial crisis, there was the banks were giving out loans, mainly mortgage loans, out to anybody and everybody. Okay, and what happened was the people ended up defaulting on their loans, meaning they couldn't make the payments because they didn't have the money, but the bank gave them the loan anyways, knowing that they weren't gonna make the payments. But they still gave out the payments because money was getting pushed. All right, what is the federal bank doing right now? They're pumping money into the economy. Okay, they're pumping money into these banks, into the economy, to make it look like the economy, to basically this economy is on life support right now. Okay, because you have the like I said, the federal bank. All right, which is the it's not a part of the government. Okay, it's owned and operated by the elites. Okay, the Rothschilds. Okay. And they're giving out this money to try to sustain this whore. Okay. All right, to try to sustain the whore, to try to keep her alive as long as possible, to bring about what they think is the new world order. Okay, but nonetheless, this money's being pushed out here and pumped out here, and people really think themselves to be in good case. Matter of fact, let's get that preset real quick. They think themselves to be in good case. Lord wills it come up. All right, 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Okay, because this is what's going on, man. The federal government is pumping all this money into the economy to make things look like everything's okay, but it really is not. What did it say? 21. All right, this is 2 Ezra 16 and 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case." You see? So here it is. People's getting, everybody, a lot of the majority of the people are being able to get loans. And those people, people who weren't able to get loans before, Jake go, try to get a loan on a car and he doesn't get approved. Now, guess what? Those same Jakes are getting approved. They're still making more money, or they're still making the same amount of money, if not even less money. Okay, but what? They're getting approved. A lot of people are starting to get approved for a lot of loans. People getting credit increases on their credit cards. Their credit scores. People's credit scores are going up. Why? Because the bank is just giving money away. Okay, so people are thinking to themselves, "Oh man, the economy's doing good. I'm doing good. Things are in a good. Things are all right, man. Things aren't really that expensive right now, even though they really are. But when people have the money to spend, okay, because the deception that Esau is playing on you people is, you think that things are affordable because you have the money to spend. But guess what? The prices of things are going up, man. All right, the price of milk, price of food, price of gas. Okay, all these things are higher than what they're really supposed to be. But what? Because you have more money in your pocket, because you got a greater credit limit, you thinking that things are affordable because you have the money to spend. All right, and that's a deception that a lot of you Americans fall into, is that you feel like things are cheaper because you have more money to spend. Okay, and these banks, they pry on that. Okay, because what? The interest rates are low, so the banks are able to give loan money out at lower interest rates. Okay, so that they can give more loans out. Okay, so what? So that the banks can receive more money back, because obviously banks make their money off of the interest rates, okay, that they're charging the people, which the banks are getting their interest rates at a very low level compared to what they're giving the interest rates out to the people. So what? Let's read this again. 2 Ezra 16 and 21. "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case." All right, keyword think themselves. That they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You see, because a lot of you Americans are going to be confused when this economy comes to a halt. Okay, when this economy starts to crash. Okay, because you're going to be thinking, "Oh man, what's going on? Just last week I just bought myself a $150,000 boat. I just got a pool installed in my backyard. I just bought a $80,000 BMW. I just bought a $300,000 home." A lot of you Americans are going to be like, "What the hell's going on? Why is this happening?" Okay. You see, you thought yourself to be in good case, but then all hell's going to break loose, man. A lot of you people are going to start killing, start going buck wild, man. Okay, and let's go to another precept. All right, a lot of you brothers know where I'm going. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall buy themselves." Okay, and who's that? That's talking about you Americans, man. Okay, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall buy themselves," man. All right, the men of the house. All right, you men out there, they're calling yourself men. You're not men. All right. But what? In that day, you're gonna be trembling, man. You're gonna be bowing yourself, man. You're not gonna know what to do. And there's a video. I can't remember exactly what it was titled, man. It goes into this economic collapse, and it's basically like a scenario, man. And it was a beautiful scenario. Because that scenario is going to happen to a lot of you Americans out here, man. You're going to go through all these calamities. Your daughter's going to leave the house. She's going to be caught up. She's going to get, this and that. You're going to end up blowing your fucking brains out at the end of all this, man. That's what's coming to a lot of you Americans, all because of just an economic collapse, man. Okay, and I don't think a lot of you understand what could happen. I mean, you know, you only read in your school history books about what happened during the Great Depression, but a lot of you don't understand that what happened during the Great Depression was something of dire straits during that time. And guess what? It's going to be a whole lot worse now, because what a lot of you people, all right, the majority of Americans are dependent upon upon money. All right, you don't have your own businesses. You don't really have money saved up. Okay, you're working for a company that if that company was to collapse, you be ass out, man. You be done. You be finished. Okay, whereas back in the late 1920s, a lot of people had their own farms. You know, people weren't such dependent on the money, you know, as they are today, let alone technology. So how much more now, where people are damn near almost solely dependent, solely dependent on technology, okay, upon their jobs to survive. All right, and when this economic collapse happens, man, a lot of you people are going to be asked out, man. You're going to be done, man. Okay, and you people are gonna bug the hell out, man. That's why the scriptures say a lot of you gonna be killing each other, man. Okay, because you ain't got the money to buy food. You know, a loaf of bread is gonna cost you, you know, $100, $1,000. A light bill is gonna be an absurd amount. You know, a lot of you gonna bug out, man. All right, but continuing on, it says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And what's that grinders? When you grind something, you're in motion. You're doing something. You're working. Okay, you're grinding meal. Okay, you're producing something. So what is that? What is that synonymous to? That's synonymous to working. That's synonymous to your job. Okay, that grinder ceasing meaning what? People ain't gonna be working, because a lot of companies are gonna be shutting down, which we see that happening already, man. You know, you got a lot of these department stores closing up, right? Toys R Us, Sears, Kmart's, Winn-Dixie's. All right. Soon you're gonna start to have these banks closing up doors. All right, because why? Just like you had in I forget what part of China, you had these banks close up shop. Why? Because they knew that they didn't have the money to give out to the people. You know, the customers at the bank. They didn't have the money that they said that they would have. And here in America, it's called FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Company or Corporation. Okay. But what? That's what happened during the 1920s. All right, during the Great Depression. What? The banks, they didn't have the money to be able to give out to the people. So what did they do? They closed the bank up before people could do bank runs. Okay, meaning people come into the bank and they want to cash out everything on their account. So what do banks do? They'll close doors before that could happen, so that the bank they can't say, oh well, I don't have all the money. And that's what's going to happen, man. But, hey, man, it's going to be at a very severe level, and it's going to get to the point, because we already see the state of this world. You know, we already see the state and condition of the people. These people are already losing their fucking minds. You know, this is why you're having a lot of riots in these other countries, because of the economy, you know, economic reasons. People losing their minds, going crazy, causing riots, people going up against the government, man. So imagine when that comes here to America, man. It's going to be very man. It's going to be on a whole nother level, man. Okay, that's what's getting ready to come here to America, and we're getting ready to see. I'm getting ready to show you the debt that's here in America, man. Okay, we're getting ready to show you that, because, man, a lot of you Americans, man, need to wake the hell up, man. Smell the pork, smell the bacon, as you say. Okay. It says, and the grinder cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Because why? These businesses are going to be closed, man. Ain't nobody going to be having no jobs. You ain't going to be working at your little bodega. at your gas station. All right, you ain't gonna be working at your J.C. Penney or your Macy's, man. You ain't gonna be working. The malls ain't gonna be open, man. Movie theater ain't gonna be open. Okay, car dealerships gonna be closed. The banks are gonna be closed. Okay, verse 4: and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we already see that, the daughters of music brought low. But what it said, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, man, meaning the businesses are gonna be closed, man. Nobody's gonna be, none of these businesses are gonna be open. Okay, the majority of them, for that fact, because there's gonna be a few. There's still gonna be a few businesses open. You know, these major corporations like Amazon. You know, a couple other stuff. You know, but what? You know that I mean that goes into a whole another thing. You know, the aspect of the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. Okay, but what? The door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Again, we went into that grinding meaning work, putting in work. When the sound of the grinding is low, meaning not many people out there working, man. There's only a few places that are gonna be open and running, man. And it ain't and I guarantee you the people working there are gonna be chipped. Okay? Because that's what we're getting ready to come into, man. And that's what this economic collapse is getting ready to bring about. It's going to be a bigger, what's it called? A more better excuse to bring about this RFID microchip. Because what the scriptures say in Revelation 13, it says that no man shall buy or sell. So what? Here it is. The economy is collapsed. What better reason to get the chip? Oh, look, if I get the chip, I get a $250,000 credit. You know, on my chip. So now I have some money. I got some money to feed my family, this and that. You know, this is what Esau is trying to bring about, man. This is why this is going to happen. Okay, it's going to happen, man. Whether you like it or not, this is going to happen, man. All right. So let's get real quick. Let's get this debt clock, and I'm gonna close this out, man. I'm gonna close this video out. All right, but you can see here, U.S. national debt, 23 trillion, man. All right, but when you really go into it, you know, you get to all the things that America's in debt into. The U.S. total debt, 74 trillion, man. That's absurd, man. That's the highest it's ever been in the history of history, man. That's never in the world history has there ever been such a high debt, man. Look at your student loan debt. Almost $1.7 trillion or billion dollars, man. Salakia, 1.7 trillion. Yeah, I was right the first time. 1.7 trillion. Okay, look at your mortgage debt, 15 trillion. Okay, that's how much people are in debt in here in America, man. In just mortgage, 15 trillion. Okay, this is the country that you people are living in. Look, total debt per citizen. And when you're born, this is what you already are in debt in, man. Here in America, $224,000, man. I almost say million, but it's $224,000. Almost $225,000 you're already in debt in when you born, man. When you're born. Okay. Per family, 876, almost $1 million in debt per family, man. You see, this country is just falling apart, man, and it's happening real fast. Okay, this is what we're getting ready to come into, and it's beautiful, really. If you have eyes to see, and ears to hear, you know this should be beautiful unto you. It's beautiful unto the elect. I'll say that much. You know. But I just wanted to make that point real quick, man. You know, this place is getting ready to get thrown out the window with the kitchen sink, okay? And I'm talking about the American economy. I'm talking about the way of living out here. It's getting ready to get tossed out, man. Okay? So with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out his truth and his truth and sincerity. Shalom to the Akwathium who also turned in. Shalom.